Baby. Keeps right there.
Oh man.
Just be in her ear letting out all type of noises.
Mm-hmm. I'm dead.
Yeah, man, I ain't ashamed. A girl said, talk more, I can't hear you. I said, how loud you need me to be?
Let me ask y'all this. Do y'all hate like silent sex?
Yes, get that shit out of here. It's so awkward.
Ain't no fucking way I'm tolerating that.
Like, fucking silent library, bro.
I know I'll be putting in work, so I need some reassurance though. I need to know I'm doing a good job.
Silent sex is wild. Like,
unless we gotta be quiet.
No,
exactly. So
even then, you better not be quiet. You better be.
You gotta be trying to suppress that motherfucker or something.
You ain't gotta be over dramatically loud.
Yeah, I don't like that. If I'm watching porn and the girl is over dramatically loud, click.
It kind of ruined the mood. Yeah.
Next video.
Come on,
she doing too much.
You gotta be, especially if people in the house. If people in the house be courteous at least.
Yeah, like
I done been in a couple people's houses and I'm chilling in the living room with a couple homies. And you just hear them in the back and she's just loud as fuck. And we all just sitting there awkwardly like,
if it's just homeboys in them, I don't give a fuck about y'all.
What?
I don't give no fucks. Fuck the homeboys. Like, just grandma, mama, and them out there, then yeah, I'm be curious.
Grandma and them out there?
Baby, let them know what I be doing.
Yo,
let them know what I be
putting in their work. Man.
And that is a great way to start this episode.
Welcome, get this work.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the StruggleHolics podcast, episode 111.
Mm-hmm. Damn, 111?
Yep.
111.
Yo.
We are your host, Clayton.
J Smooth.
Little red bone cutie.
The single energy is crazy.
You know what's funny? I remember when I was living with my cousin, I ain't gonna say his name. I ain't gonna say Deontay's name like that, but when I was living with, I remember I was playing Red Dead Redemption when that first came out. Mm-hmm. Red Dead Redemption 2, or I was playing God of War 2018. One of those two. But anyway, he had some chick come over. He had to come in through the side door. Not that I cared. Like I didn't even pay attention or whatever. He down there and he smashing. She loud as hell. I'm not paying attention to the fact that like he down there cracking some chick at all. I'm into the game, and then after like they done, she leave. He like, bro, did you hear her down there? I'm like, what? Left? He's like, you ain't hear her going down there? She was loud as hell. I'm like, bro, I was not paying attention. Like, bro, I thought you, like, I heard the door close, but I thought you was doing something else. I didn't pay attention at all.
That nigga Clay is intense in the story, bro. That nigga is invested.
I'm trying to get my achievements, bro.
Yo, she was getting her inner walls breached, my nigga. You did not give a fuck.
Like, he wanted her to be loud because he wanted me to hear. I'm like, bro, I was not paying attention at all.
That's awkward. You're the only one there. Like, he's singling you out specifically. That's weird. But like, if it's a group of guys, like, I get it.
Two in the house.
Yeah, I mean, shit. My cousin Martez too. he would want her to be loud. It was like, Clay, when you hear us going, I want you to walk in. No, Auntie Carol, Mama, don't listen to this. Don't listen to this. But
listen.
Oh my god,
like Martez, I don't know what was wrong with him. He's like, bro, when you hear us going, I want you to walk in and see what she do. I'm like, no, I'm not.
See what she do.
Oh my god! Like, see if she started getting quiet. Oh my!
No, not see if she go. See if she was down with it. And I'm like, bro, no, I'm not about to walk into this room.
Hold on, gang.
He's trying to get Clay some cheeks too.
Hold on, gang.
He's trying to be a team player here.
He was trying to support
He's trying to dash and pass, my nigga.
And I'm
He's
not
trying to throw you up a line. Like,
no. I don't care. Like, it's not even that they my cousins. If y'all in there getting it, I'm not about to walk in.
No, I'm not either.
No,
if it was,
I'm not even attempting.
You couldn't even.
I'm not
even
even trying to crack a look.
No,
I might. If I hear y'all, I might say, "What my boy in there doing?" All right, he doing what he supposed to be doing.
Hey, look, my boy, and then I'm out.
You just gotta turn the TV up a little notch.
I put
the story.
I put headphones. Both of them two niggas. Every single time they would smash the chicken, I'm there. They purposely want them to be loud because they want me to hear.
That's
like, you heard me, they're going crazy. I don't want to hear y'all going crazy. That's the point. That's why I'm turning up the TV. Like, I don't want to hear that.
So he turning up the volume. I'm about to turn up the volume.
Like, what do they think you're doing? Ear to the door? Like, yes.
I don't know, but it's
I'm living.
Is he listening? I know he's
listening. First off, I'm jealous because I ain't getting that.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Dog, that's why he doing that shit, bro.
Exactly, it's some man shit.
Look, you would never admit it, but you like, bro.
You eating a bag of chips while somebody getting railed in the background.
I'm not hating, but I don't want to listen either. Anyway,
no, nobody want to hear that.
Yeah, so one of the topics I came up with is
anyways.
I was going to say, I've been in a room with some girls, and one of my homeboys have been in the room, and the girls be like, "But you don't hear nothing." I'm like, they probably trying to be quiet.
Yeah,
you probably don't want this girl be allowed. The girls be on that too. Like, I don't know what he in there doing. They be curious,
bro. One time, the ex I had from a couple years ago, we had like this group event. I think it was for New Year's. It just had a bunch of people over, just playing like a bunch of different games and shit. And it was at her crib, her and her sister's spot. So then this was like hour in, but we got there like 7 o'clock. So we was staying there all night. And hour in, she gave me that look. I'm like come here, we about to get this shit going. Mm-hmm. We go in our room and just get the shit cracking nice and quiet, and then go back out like nothing happened. Everybody knew what the fuck was going on. Everybody knew. Y'all had to be crazy, like, see us both leave at the same time and not know what the fuck going on. But it's just like, mind your business. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to, I don't want everybody to know what the fuck we got going on, but y'all know what the fuck we got going on. What's understood don't need to be explained.
Yeah, I got to broadcast it.
People like to broadcast it. I want you to know what I'm in here doing. I want you to know I put it down. I don't want to know. That's cool.
Fake can have that shit anyways.
Like, dog,
Goodbye.
I'm just sitting there like, they like, bro, you heard me going crazy? Bro, I understand. You get it. Yeah. Like, you ain't got a problem getting boxed. That's cool. I don't need to know.
Good for you, nigga.
Good for you.
I don't need to hear that. Because now I'm about to call up somebody myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like.
So we having a clap of cheeks-a-thon in here?
Hit your sneaky.
You know, my broadcast. You know what's funny? When I was living with Deontay, like, how he a smash chick, he want me to hear it. And then around the time me and Kayla started, like, dating or whatever, and then we started having sex and everything, he was like, yo, keep it down. First off, we wasn't even loud, but his room was in the basement. Mine was upstairs, so he would hear it. And he was like, yo, keep it down or whatever. Like,
Clay like payback, nigga. Clay jumping off the headboard, just making sound.
Oh God!
Jumping on the bed.
Next time I'm going in, bro, I'm going crazy.
Nigga, it's a Jamaican dance hall in my room right now, bro.
Clay on the squeaky part of the bed on purpose. You're right on this spot.
You ever see the Jamaican dance halls? How them niggas jump off the stage?
Them niggas be having, that is WWE style dancing. Them niggas be having chairs and ladders. Motherfucking jumping off
of it.
I'm telling you, jumping off diving boards straight onto the chick. And just, they be body slamming the chicks and just be going like.
And then they just got their legs spread wide. I'm like, come here. Come get me.
They literally be pulling that shit from under the ring too. Like, where y'all get this shit from? Like, where the fuck is this coming from?
Bro, the song be fast as hell and they stop and they start climbing something just for him to jump off onto it. It's like, what the? Like, bro, this is not dancing. Why are you assaulting this woman?
Assault is crazy.
They really is.
So, anyway, what's the so we need to talk about the Super Bowl, even though it's 4 days later.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
I don't give a fuck.
Everybody's
impressed.
I was right.
Yeah, I was right. I had KC.
Yeah.
Oh, you had KC, Mondo?
No, I had the Eagles. I had Eagles on there.
Mike texted me to let me know, like, nigga, guess who won?
Who did y'all do picks last week?
I picked the Chiefs to win.
I think you were the only one, honestly.
No,
me and Mike picked them.
I picked Eagles. I thought Eagles was gonna have it, and then they fucking put fentanyl in Patrick Mahomes' ankle.
They gave him that Captain America.
I'm telling you, whatever they
had to get them together at halftime.
Whatever they put in Patrick Mahomes' ankle would shut down the NFL if that shit get leaked. The NFL is going down. They put illegal substance in that nigga ankle.
Because he was outrun them.
Listen, he was limping off the field before halftime. And then in the second half, this nigga is running for 20 yards. Like,
outrunning niggas.
Sprinting.
Oh, no, y'all got to believe. When they went in that locker room, boy, they had the best shots in America in there.
Oh, God.
They gave him whatever Captain America.
No cap, that's serum.
Did y'all see his brother when he doing a post game interview after Super Bowl? His brother gonna come in the background and start trying to do some TikTok dance and shit.
He is so cringy.
We try to stay away from that guy.
But he find a way to get in the, like, You trying not to see him, but Patrick Mahomes doing a post game interview, like he up there with like all the ex Super Bowl legends, and they interview him after the game, and you just see his brother just squeeze, and they like tight framed on Patrick Mahomes, and you just see him pop over his shoulder and just start dancing like he knew what he was doing.
Here. Like he saw, like he knew exactly where the camera was cutting to. He was like, I'm in this.
That's the two different types of light skins right
That was a good game.
There's a one that's like humble and, like doing their thing successful. And then there's the other one that's just cringy as fuck.
I mean, your brother the shit, and then here you come. Like just living off
weird.
his height. Legit living off your brother height.
Your brother and your daddy.
On TikTok,
his dad a nigga for real.
Oh, yeah.
I knew his dad was black, but I didn't know his dad was a nigga.
His daddy's a nigga. Somebody we smoking on Philly tonight. Philly blunts.
Yes, sir.
When I seen Patrick Mahomes' dad like talking, I'm like, this nigga can fry the fuck out of some catfish.
Man, listen.
Like he is a thorough
and their wife beater all chilling. Couple grease spots on it, like he really in there getting it in.
Somebody was like, bro, I know this nigga could fix the fuck out of a 96 Impala. Like,
that's carburetor.
I knew his dad was black. I didn't know he was a nigga until I seen him like in doing the interview. I'm like, yeah,
he like that.
That's a nigga.
But then you see Patrick Mahomes, you like, you are nothing like your dad.
Kermit ass.
Then his brother come out. It's just like this nigga's literally.
Yeah, you just like your mom.
That's that good living though. That good living to do that to you. It make your kids different from how you are.
You know the Detroit.
What's the age difference between them? I wonder.
5 years. Pat Mahomes is 27. Jackson is 22.
Oh yeah, he only a 22-year-old.
That explains why he's so crazy.
Hell yeah, my brother, the best quarterback. Are they already talking about arguably one of the best quarterbacks to play?
Yeah.
You know
what y'all think about that?
You know the Detroit Tigers drafted him, Patrick Mahomes.
See, man.
He could have went and played baseball, but he stayed and played football.
Fucking baseball.
He would have played for the Detroit Tigers. We could have had Patrick Mahomes.
I'm just saying, like
he was a cold.
He made the right move.
He was a cold pitcher.
His dad was a baseball player.
Yeah,
I think no matter what sport he picked, he would.
No, yeah,
he's one of them.
Baseball, he probably wouldn't be what he is in baseball right now.
I don't know. That boy can slang a motherfucking ball, man.
He can, but
I feel like you're not going to get the recognition, though. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get the hype, the money, the fame.
The money.
Baseball
pays the most.
Do they?
Hell yeah.
They pay more than NBA players.
Baseball players are getting like $300 million contracts.
What?
They've been getting that. That's old money. Shit, they up in the 500.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Up there, they up there.
Who's like the highest paid dude? He get like $500 million.
Patrick Mahomes
for baseball?
Yeah. Patrick Mahomes got a $450 million contract.
No, he got, it's like $450 million contract, but he signed for 10 years to get that money.
That's a baseball type of contract.
But baseball pay you for like 6 years for 500 mil
contract. I didn't know they have money in that.
Especially because, that's American sport.
America's pastime.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
But baseball, you play 160 games or something like that.
Yeah,
180 games for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And like you selling on a good chunk of them games too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially if your team is good.
Yep, and you're a good pitcher. And they just got a roster spot. They got about three pitchers.
They get paid a fuck ton of money to play baseball.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Where do y'all think Mahomes' rate is at currently in terms of all-time quarterbacks?
To be honest,
I'm saying he's top 3.
He's second best quarterback I've ever seen play. Talent-wise, the best quarterback I've seen talent-wise. But overall, if he does this for another 5 years straight, like just be this dominant 5 years straight, he'll be the best.
Dominant in the sense, like he has to win a championship every year or come very close.
Not every year, but if they continue to go to AFC Championship for the next 5 years and a Super Bowl here and there, like get not even necessarily win the Super Bowl, but get into the Super Bowl. He would be the best I've ever seen. Tom Brady is still in that spot right now just because I've seen him do some amazing shit. But Patrick Mahomes, talent-wise, I'll put him over Aaron Rodgers talent-wise just because he's doing shit I haven't seen Aaron Rodgers do.
Alicia can't wait to say that.
You already know.
What solidified for me is when Patrick Mahomes, when they was playing Tampa Bay, and when he was getting chased and he tripped up and he still threw the ball.
No, he literally sideways. I'm like, you telling me this nigga wouldn't be a cold ass pitcher?
He was on his way down to the ground, like mid-air, still threw it before he hit the ground in 30 yards.
He did one of those against the Bengals. I'm like, how is he throwing these, bro? He limping, he falling over, he's on the ground, still making the pass.
It's just different.
I'm like, unreal.
I think him and Andy Reid gonna go down as the best quarterback coach duo. I think they're gonna surpass Belichick and Tom Brady.
It's going to be tough.
We don't know.
It depends on how long Andy Reid coached for.
Exactly.
Because Tom Brady and Bill Belichick got 6 of them things.
I know.
And that's a lot.
They already got 2.
And Bill started when he was...
Long. 5 years. How long they been together? 5, 6 years?
6 years. 6 years, technically. 5 years since he's been starting.
Yeah. You see what they've been doing.
But they already got 2. You got to get 4 more minimum.
Yeah.
But that's not you. If he just go on this run and win 4 more straight, like just 4 Super Bowls straight, he will go down as the best.
Hell yeah. I think they're gonna top. This is how his career has started, and the projection is he showed you this shit ain't no fluke. This really who I am.
Oh yeah,
yeah, really me.
I would say though,
ain't no fluke.
Yeah, I would say though, early in Tom Brady's career, he had a similar type of run early on. But what I would say to the people that are bringing up that argument is it didn't look the same. And Tom Brady wasn't even considered the best quarterback at the time. No. Like, because it was still Peyton up there. It was still a bunch of other quarterbacks that were still extremely high quality.
Yeah, that's true.
That we thought better regular season. Brady was better in the playoffs. But overall, like, Mahomes is literally everything. He's the total package.
Yeah, and I would say a lot of those times people give more credit to those defenses back then than they give to Tom Brady.
Mahomes has had no defenses and still getting to the AFC Championship every fucking year.
Tom Brady's first 3 Super Bowls was defensive led, and he was a game manager. Yeah. After that, the rest of them, it was more so Tom Brady.
Yeah, because I say he always show up at the key moments. Like when you need him to show up,
he's like, "Oh shit, I got a ball.
It's go time."
Yeah,
I gotta tap in.
He say, "Okay, let's take over, y'all. Let's do our part. What we came here to do." He always do his part. I give him that.
And that's the same thing I'm seeing with Mahomes. Like Mahomes could be down, and you like, yeah, we got this game in the bag. You don't got it in the bag until that final score says 0. You don't got this game in the bag. He'll find a way, just like Tom Brady would.
When I tell you I was not even stressed watching that game when I got to halftime, I'm like, damn.
This is the first time
Mahomes gonna bring it back though.
This is the first time
they get the ball first. I'm like,
I watched the Super Bowl and it was like I wasn't affected. I was just glad to see a great ass game.
Oh yeah,
I didn't care who was winning. Mm-hmm. I was pissed Dallas Goedert didn't get a touchdown because I put a sports bet on him getting one. He was part of my four. It was 4 parlays and 3 out of my 4 hit. Dallas Goedert didn't get a touchdown. That was the only thing I was pissed about. Other than that, I enjoyed the game for what it was.
Yeah, that Eagles secondary definitely gave that. That shit was terrible.
Like I said, bro, they did not really play a high quality quarterback until they got Pat Mahomes, and
Dak Prescott for real.
Exposed him.
Pat Mahomes is like, but Pat Mahomes is a different. Like he ain't just a great quarterback. He's a different. Like, he's the standard.
Yeah,
it's like Pat Mahomes, then everybody else. Like Pat Mahomes,
he's in
then tier 1, then tier 2, then tier 3. He's
exactly.
He got the little asterisk by his name over there.
That's the difference between Tom Brady early on and Pat Mahomes now.
Yeah, I think in 5 seasons starting
a discussion.
5 seasons starting wise because he's been in the league for 6, but he didn't start his first year. So 5 years starting, 2 MVPs, 2 NFL MVPs, 2 Super Bowls, 2 Super Bowl MVPs, 5 straight AFC Championship games, 3 Super Bowl appearances, 5-time All-Pro. I think
All-Pro every year he started.
Bro. I think 3-time Pro Bowl selection or 4 times Pro Bowl selection. That's just 5 years. That's an insane stat line for just 5 years.
If he retired now, he'd be a first ballot Hall of Fame.
Yeah, no cap. He got more Super Bowls than most quarterbacks ever got. And he's the first. He's the first, if you want to consider, because even though he's mixed, but first black quarterback to have 2 Super Bowl rings as a starting QB.
Yeah, that's
crazy. Like,
yes, sir.
In terms of GOAT debate. I feel like
daddy black. Yeah, you right. We'll give you the card, bro.
Pat Mahomes don't even need to get 7 rings to be considered the GOAT.
No.
If he continues, like I said, if he continues on this trajectory for another 5 straight years, and I'm not even talking about getting to the Super Bowl, but at least AFC Championship game, and is as dominant as he is for 5 more seasons, he'll be considered the best.
He has never played any playoff game not at home that wasn't the Super Bowl. Every playoff game he has played at home or the Super Bowl. Wow. That's crazy to think about.
You got to think. Chicago Bears
played a road playoff game.
The Chicago Bears told Pat Mahomes they were going to draft him too, and then they end up going with Mitchell Trubisky.
Sick.
You know how terrified I would be if Pat Mahomes played for Chicago Bears?
In our division, nigga?
We would never be number one in our division, dog.
Dan Campbell would end up getting fired, bro.
He wouldn't get fired. We just have to tip our hats to him. But if Chicago Bears had Pat Mahomes as they starting QB, Chicago Bears would be the most dominant team.
Question. Do y'all think it's more so where you get drafted to, or is just the player itself?
Where you get drafted
to matters.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm saying. Because he could have went there and they did.
I don't think it would have looked the same.
Yeah.
I don't think it would look the same.
I mean, the player-wise, you can be great too, but you can only do so much in football.
Mm-hmm.
You got the talent, but
look at Lamar Jackson. He has the talent. He's balling out, but if he don't have a dominant receiver to like really get it to. Pat Mahomes didn't have it either, though.
No.
But Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, and I'm saying he more comfortable not to during the stage of his career. This Andy Reid is dead.
Yeah,
they surrounded him what they need to surround him by, and he got a good staff behind him.
And he got Travis Kelce.
Yeah,
I mean Mark Andrews is a top 5 tight end, but if you lock him down, he ain't really got no receiver.
Lamar doesn't elevate his players like Mahomes does, but Andy Reid schemes his guys open, so it makes it easier for Mahomes to be more successful.
Yeah, because Kansas City's their offense look like they just out there playing like pickup football. Like it don't seem like anybody's running. It don't seem like plays. It just look like everybody's just running around.
Man, especially when they did that fucking run in the circle around Patrick Mahomes. They go to your break and go to your position.
They did that to the Raiders and they scored off that.
Yeah,
that shit crazy. And I think it's just funny how their careers line up too. Just how Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes, how Tom Brady they both got the coach. They both got the tight end though. Because Gronkowski and Tom Brady, now he got his Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes.
And no receivers.
Right?
Travis Kelce.
Juju showed his ass. He showed up.
No. I mean,
he showed up.
He showed up.
In the Super Bowl, he
showed up, but he didn't show his ass. He showed up. But
he showed his ass in that second half.
No, it was that running back Pacheco. I think that's his name.
Yeah, I don't know. Every pass looked like it was going to Juju in crunch time. Every pass looked like it was going to Juju. Travis Kelce wasn't even really getting them passes like that later on.
The running back,
you got to throw the open man.
The running back Kadarius Toney and Travis Kelce. Juju, he when the ball came to him, he made plays.
Shit, it seemed like it was coming to him a lot. Fourth quarter, it seemed like that was his only target.
I mean, probably, but he wasn't that. He was another Jackson Mahomes, like AJ Brown.
That's when they scored all their touchdowns. The shit was really in the second half.
I mean, they also scored a touchdown with Sky Moore and Kadarius Toney.
Yeah,
and Travis Kelce.
But who marched them down there? Most of the passes went to Juju.
Hey man, when the rubber got to meet the road, where you going with the ball?
He only had 4. He had more than 4 catches.
The whole game, he only had 4.
Yeah, like he started getting the ball all in that one drive. Basically, that was his show. Yeah. That was his moment right there.
Because I only seen the fourth quarter because I was out working until like the fourth quarter. So I got to see the end of the third and all of the fourth quarter.
No, he only got like 4 catches that whole game, 5 max, but he only got that much. Travis Kelce had like 6 catches, 7 catches. Kadarius Toney, he ran that punt back and he was when he was getting plays, he was dark. But that running back, he came out running the ball down Eagles' throat. They could not stop him.
The Eagles couldn't get no running game really established.
What's the next topic, Josh?
So
he's on that for a minute.
Yeah.
Super Bowl, you know.
I wanted to talk about
Rihanna.
Oh, honorable mention our queen.
Oh yeah, for the motherfuckers that's disrespecting Rihanna and like her performance at the Super Bowl, bitch, she was pregnant. 1, 2, the performance I didn't even feel like was bad, and y'all expect. I don't know what y'all.
It wasn't good either. I have to say.
Okay, Alisha, there you go. I like the controversy. Throw it in there, Alisha.
And y'all know I love Rihanna. You know that's.
And you love disrespecting. That's my queen. You love disrespecting royalty.
But the way they hype this shit up, you ain't have no guess. You ain't barely moving. Like this was supposed to be. This was supposed to be your return.
She's 100 feet in the air.
This is all you're giving.
Yeah, y'all seen that thing rocking when she was in the air towards the end of that performance.
What are we talking about?
I'm sorry. She still did her thing, but like, okay.
Her performance wasn't the best performance.
Coming from perspective, like look at Jennifer Lopez, because I love Jennifer Lopez too. Queen, bad bitch. I watched the documentary,
Jennifer
how
Lopez
she
she's only popular for being
I know,
sexy,
but I'm saying but I watched her get ready for the Super Bowl performance, and the way that she disciplined and got ready and did all that stuff. I guarantee you, Rihanna. I'm not saying she didn't get ready, but there's only so much you can do when you're pregnant. I'm not, but she's still the bad bitch, queen. She did that, but
she couldn't
be fucking for real.
People expected her to be up there dancing, but then when they started to show her stomach a little bit, I'm like, I didn't want to be that first nigga to be like, is she pregnant?
And then she can't really. You don't want her to dance.
She can't really move like that.
No.
Everybody said that's her postpartum.
Yeah, I was like, bro.
100 feet in the air, and that bitch was wobbling.
Did you see how that thing was wobbling?
I didn't get the chance to see this halftime.
When it was wobbling, I'm like, bro, I would have been hugging the floor. I would not be performing.
I did see her outfit. I feel like she should have worn them red boots everybody keep talking about. She should have had the red boots.
The Asher Boys.
She should have had the red boots.
I put on Facebook, I want to see somebody crip walking. He's so fucking bad.
Oh my God.
But
I saw Carla Ray with those on.
Her performance wasn't bad. It wasn't the best performance. It wasn't bad. But her song choice was phenomenal.
Yeah, her voice, the mic was fucking on. You could.
She was killing the song. She killed it for what she could do.
That's true.
But when I realized, I'm like, me and Kayla's both watching it, I think she's pregnant. I'm like, so once I started to think she was pregnant, I'm like, I don't expect her to be out there moving and doing a bunch. People wanted her to be doing Beyonce type shit, out there dancing.
She would have been up there dancing if she wasn't pregnant for sure.
That's what I'm saying. I felt like we was robbed a little bit.
I saw somebody post on Twitter. I'm on Twitter now.
I'm on Twitter now.
ASAP Rocky, a real nigga. As soon as she got out of that, she started getting back in shape. Sit on another 9 more months.
He said no tour, no album.
You ain't going nowhere.
We at home.
That's what I'm talking about, Rocky. Keep holding it down, bro.
Goodbye.
Real nigga.
They said they waited long enough. Go ahead and get them children popping, man.
Hey,
I heard she didn't get paid for this halftime performance.
Nobody does. But technically, you don't.
They
making some money off the back end.
You promote your shit.
You saw her with the Fenty Beauty, right? She's an entrepreneur. And they were all wearing her Savage Fenty line, all her dancers, entrepreneurial queen.
Yeah.
ASAP Rocky sperm cells.
Getting the bag.
Come on, ASAP Rocky.
Getting the bag. And now every single thing that she's in, you see, she was just in did a whole spread in Vogue magazine and all that shit. She knows what she's doing.
Hell yeah. She's not even you don't even look at her as a singer no more. She's
hasn't dropped an album in fucking years.
Exactly.
But here she is.
She's just literally a businesswoman at this point. She's not even she's a businesswoman that sings.
That's
2016.
She feel like
that's what she turned herself into. She said, "Fuck that singing shit."
2016 is the last time she dropped an album.
Yeah, she said, "I can make more money than y'all and not sing. I'm making more with anybody."
Look at Jay-Z.
And I haven't picked up a mic.
He out here rapping.
Yeah, P Diddy make more than most rappers. You know, right? When the last time you heard him?
Most rappers make their money off.
P Diddy don't need to be rapping anyway.
If you just solely a rapper and don't got other businesses outside that, most rappers make their money on the road.
Yeah.
She don't got to. She can literally sit at home.
Yeah. People been clowning.
Pregnant as fuck.
People been clowning the baby. He just sold out a show, pretty much sold out a show in Japan, and people were clowning him for that. It's like, wait, what?
Why?
Because he only sold it 75% out. Yeah, some bullshit they saying.
But people hate on him you got to go to Japan to get shows now, blah blah. It's dog, y'all really want this man career just
these are how people, how these motherfuckers make their money.
Wherever you can get your money at, go get your money. Fuck these American motherfuckers. These ain't the only motherfuckers that print money on this.
Stop hating. Don't let these haters get to you. Get that money.
Anyway, what's the next topic?
I wanted to talk about something I heard about the other day about a Republican guy trying to abolish the Department of Education. I started because I'm on Twitter now.
Where we're at though.
You gotta be careful with shit on Twitter because they'll put up a clickbaity ass fucking headline just for you to get on there and realize that it's not the way they fucking typed it out.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's why because when I first heard it, when I heard abolish the Department of Education, I'm like, okay, because when I think about it, really, I have a lot of different issues with the education system and how they facilitate certain things, and it almost seems like they care more about the grade than you actually learning. And the kids feel that, so they focus more on just trying to cheat to get the grade as opposed to valuing the learning part. Now,
it teach you how to memorize, not actually how to think.
Exactly. So,
what do they do though? That's what I'm trying to figure
The
out.
Department of Education.
and it's on a federal
I was
level.
gonna say they do your curriculum for the year, just basically like they
basically give the
meal
guidelines
programs
for the school and tell them what to feed the kids, what to teach the kids.
Yeah.
Like you have to hit these.
So, what would if you abolish them? What is going to happen?
So
everybody just freestyling.
I would assume that basically kind of almost like college wise, to where the professor picks, like let's say I'm a history major and I'm teaching high school history, whatever. Then I pick the history. I pick the curriculum that I'm going to teach. I pick the topics that the classes are going to teach. At least this is what I'm thinking. This is lead more towards.
Well, when they say abolish the Department of Education, they mean on a federal level, not like per each state. And the guy, his name is Thomas Massey. Apparently, this is also not the first time that they've tried to do this, and they've been trying to pretty much abolish the federal Department of Education since its inception, like a bunch of different times, since 1979. And
goddamn.
Yeah. So they've been trying to shut the bitch down since it got put in, basically.
So since it's not like the local what's the name and it's federal, what are their guidelines and what do they actually implement or the services they provide for the schools?
That's kind of what they're calling into question, and that's why they want to get rid of them. Is some of the argument that I've been seeing from these people, just trying to get a better understanding. Because the guy, he said verbatim, he goes, "There's no constitutional authority for this federal bureaucracy to exist." And what a bureaucracy is, it's like appointed officials that they're not elected, right? And I'm trying to make the argument for them. I don't know if I'm doing it justice or not. But essentially what they're saying is, since they're appointed officials and not people that are getting put in these places based on merit, and they're basically trying to push an agenda to indoctrinate and like push radical anti-American ideas and all that stuff, is what some of these people are saying.
I was thinking it's more the other way around. No, like more so how you said like they're trying to push anti-American ideals. I was thinking it was more so the other way around, where they're more so pushing people to be workers, not entrepreneurs. That's to me, that's how I feel school is. School is more so that, and they trying to erase history and gloss over history like the shit didn't happen. Like that's what I was thinking more so of with the federal education system or whatever this shit is. And
that's probably part of the reason that they want to get rid of it, and they've been trying to.
I feel like there's like money. Like there's something to do with money in there. To me,
it's always about, at the end of the day, it's always come down to money.
So I feel like they're just trying to defund essentially and use that money for probably some other side conquest that these that the Republicans do.
I would say
that they're shady, but
yeah. I would say it's always possible, and I mean, it's hard to really trust anybody in the government and what they say verbatim, because it's always some type of underlying tone or agenda behind it for the most part. But what I would say, they're trying to leave it up to the states exclusively, similar to how the abortion thing, where they stopped making it a federal thing, right? And they made it like you states decide what you want to do. What's the prop called? The
Proposal 3.
Yeah, that's right.
I heard some fucked up shit about Proposal 3 that I haven't had the chance to fact check yet, so I don't want to say what it was. But
no, we can touch on it.
That's something
we touch later.
I didn't want to switch it from this topic.
Is something I've really been getting into lately. Just trying to understand the
I low key been wanting the
policies and stuff.
Yeah,
get more into it.
I want to start an organization called Nigga Know Something.
I love
so
that.
when you in the booth, nigga, you know something while you in there. You ain't just guessing boxes and only picking a name.
I love
that. So you really got to break down the policies. That's something I want. A little organization. That's something I want to start with the youth. Yeah, just niggas who want to know something.
You got to get some. You got to get people who already know.
Yeah, that's why I say I've been trying to put myself in an environment with people who already know these.
Yeah,
a lot of the bills and stuff, who ain't got a biased opinion, who just want to give a breakdown of actually what the proposals and what they actually stand for.
Yeah, that's true.
Because the language that they use in these proposals, that if you don't understand the language, you'll get confused.
And it's a long. It's a long. Have you ever seen them when you go in to vote? It's literally like as long as that page. Like that's how long
the proposals
could
like.
be. They're long.
Like the funny thing is, like I'm not trying to switch off of Josh's topic, but like when people were voting for Proposal 3, they was thinking it was just solely about the whole abortion rights and wrong. The proposal's like this fucking thick.
Yeah,
there's more in that proposal than just that.
They put every single.
They hide so much shit behind it, and then push one argument to the front.
Or they'll put money in there. That's another factor. They'll be like, "This will cost blah 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 $1 trillion." Like, bold print.
They pimp
like this. But back to before we go on to the Proposal 3, back to this Department of Education thing.
Yeah,
I can read what they do if y'all want me to.
Yeah, I'm a little curious.
That overview.
Yeah.
You gotta pull it up.
I just looked up a little overview.
Read that shit. Read that.
I'm the one with the laptop here, and I'm the one that don't be looking.
I'm
up
the
shit.
nigga who want to know.
We all got smartphones. The U.S. Department of Education is the agency of the federal government that establishes policies for the administers and coordinates most federal assistance to the education. It assists the president in executing his education policies for the nation and implements laws enacted by Congress.
Okay.
Enacted by Congress.
Okay.
So
basically nothing.
Yeah.
Basically they
create positions and appoint people to them that they like.
Well, that's just our government.
Basically, that's like you working at a job. Somebody get hired in, they get put in the all of a sudden. Your job, just make a supervisor position, just give it to them. Yeah. And nobody know what they're in charge of. They just somehow got the supervisor title.
Because I never hear like the president really giving his educational stances on that for real.
Because lately I think it's becoming a little bigger. So like,
because they've been pushing like the stuff in the schools.
Yeah. So say like education on like the LG. Oh my God.
Yeah, because they trying to make that like damn that curriculum.
You know what I'm saying? Like the whole. So like that, I know was one of them. Things that are just going on like right now, like probably like the pandemic and stuff like that. Like that's probably one of them. Gun laws, stuff like that. There's a lot of big things
that kids don't really need to like. Stuff that's not really shit you need to know to function and live out a life. Like to me, I think taxes should be taught in school.
Yeah,
agree.
I think paying bills and like learning
financial,
this financial literacy.
Yes.
What else? I think you should learn. You should learn
a trade. They need to put trades back in school.
Yeah, they took trades away. I think that was done purposely.
Yeah. That's why a lot of the jobs, you ain't have to go to college. You came out of school with something you can make money on the spot. You already know a skill. You don't have to work for nobody to do the skill, but you can.
Teach them.
But you can literally go out and hustle for yourself.
Not even necessarily like you need. I would say teach them trade so that way they can get out and get into a trade, because most trade jobs want you to have 2 years experience.
Yeah.
But if you fresh out of high school, you don't have that experience.
So now you got to start off as a laborer, and you don't even get to touch what you actually came here to do. And that's if they even put you there, because sometimes working with some of these construction companies, especially you black or something, boy, they'll try to keep you as a laborer. They ain't want you to move nowhere to learn nothing else.
But they need to put trades back in school, because all they do is push you going to college, but college is not for everybody. And they need to put teachers they need to pay teachers correctly.
Yes.
Don't just pay them bullshit. Pay them correctly so that way they can actually teach these kids, because they'll teach a class and half the class will be paying attention and good, but the other kids, they won't be paying attention, and then they just say, "Oh, these kids bad. These kids don't know how to listen," or blah blah. It's like, no, they're bored. Kids will listen, but you gotta get their attention.
You gotta make it entertaining.
If you make it boring and robotic, kids are not gonna pay attention. Because as an adult, I do that shit. If you telling me something that I don't really give a fuck about, I'm gonna tune that shit out. Not even on purpose. I just drift off. But if it's something that got my attention, I'm focused. Like it's
so the. One argument I would make, and to what you just said, would be if you're not feeling the financial incentive to do your job better, or like the monotony of it, having to deal with that, it turns into a job and not a career. And that's what a lot of teachers try to see it as. And that's why they get into the profession. But if it no longer feels like a career or something that they actually love doing, they're not going to put their whole heart into it.
I think they love doing it, but when it gets to a point of I'm barely getting paid a livable wage and I have to supply, you got to think, if you're a high school teacher, you minimum have 7 to 8 classes a day that you're teaching.
Yeah.
Especially, let's just say hypothetically, an art teacher. I'm barely getting paid a livable wage, and I got to buy the supplies that my kids are going to use. And that's 8 classes filled with minimum to 20 to 30 kids.
And you got an after school program that you're trying to help with.
And you barely getting paid anything, and I got to spend my money for the shit that teaching. Like, bro, I'd be pissed off too if I was a teacher.
Yeah. I think most teachers start off with that, wanting to help, and then once they see that the system ain't set up for them to really do what they wanted to do, to come in and help the kids, and you got the kids' parents who ain't even giving the kids efforts. So a lot of that shit, I think teachers be depressed most of the time, bro.
Yeah.
They depressed like everybody else working regular jobs, bro. Like, you got to think, motherfuckers getting paid $20 an hour is struggling to fucking survive off $20 an hour. Before the pandemic, $20 an hour, you were living.
You were good. Yeah.
After the pandemic, all of a sudden, everything at the prices rate, everything fucking, the cost of living went up. So now, like, $20 an hour is basically the new 15.
Yeah.
I got a question for y'all. Would y'all be opposed to bringing whooping the kids back and the teachers having using the being able to whip the kids?
Yeah.
So y'all for it?
No, I'm not for it.
I'm against it because I'm already don't want nobody else putting their hands on my kid.
Yeah, that's
but also
a slippery slope.
You don't know what these adults have going on outside of this. You don't know if any of them are racist. Any of them have like problems at home, like especially marital problems. I come home and your kid been acting up. I'm about to take out my marital problems on your child. Like probably not even purposely, but because you already so pissed off and this kid's been pissing you off, and you just start whooping them. You beat the shit out of this kid. Now I'm about to come up to the school and beat the shit out of you.
I think they should be put back.
I don't.
Y'all don't understand the kids though. These kids down there ready to fight the teachers already.
I know.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong.
Violence is promoted violence.
Don't get me wrong. Some of the videos I see of these kids acting towards teacher, I be thinking like, teachers should have put their hands on them. But at the same time, I got to look at it too, like as a parent wise, like I don't want a teacher putting their hands on my kid. If my kid was acting out like that and the teacher did that, I remember seeing this one video where this girl was like, she grabbing the teacher by her shirt and she was looking at the camera like, you recording? And she started smacking the teacher and everything. Yeah. And the teacher ain't doing anything.
Kids out here thugs, man.
I seen that and I got pissed. I'm like, I wish the teacher would have beat her ass. But at the same time, as a parent, I have to understand that. But if I seen my son doing that to a teacher and he got hemmed up,
I want that teacher to beat my son ass. If my son has the nerve to get up in a grown man face and do him like that in front of kids, whoop his ass. I don't care.
That aspect, I get.
I'm old school with it. You see my kid doing something they ain't supposed to be doing.
I'm on the table like this. It got to be a certain level.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I ain't saying the kid throw a piece of paper on the ground. Now you're just going across his head. But
that's what I'm saying. The line is so thin.
You got to understand.
It's too much gray. It's too much gray area.
There's too much, or you can It's
too much gray area for.
There's things teachers even do now that there's too much gray, or like say certain things or swear or like raise their voice.
Because then you got to also too imagine your son coming home and say the teacher beat them because he threw a paper. He basketball shot the paper into the trash can, but the teacher saying your son got up and spit on him. Like
I would say cameras would be good in classrooms.
No, I mean the cameras would be there, but then you gotta see if they're gonna allow you to see that footage. But also too, kids be lying when they get in trouble. They be lying. You don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I think how they got the daycare system set up now to where you can literally just pop in and see what your kid doing. I don't understand why we don't have that in the schools now.
That's like expensive. Like a little
ring, a ring doorbell.
What? Yeah.
To get everybody access to. Everything got Zoom in the class. You can put a little ring doorbell camera.
That makes a lot of sense, but I think this goes back to Josh's original shit. They only want to fund what they feel.
They can't even fund pencils. They not about to fund those.
So that's part
for the higher income communities.
Exactly. I would say
the lower class community.
What schools we're
private schools probably got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's part of the argument for a reason to abolish it, because now you're not spending or wasting money on these appointed officials that don't do shit in their eyes and many people's, based on how the education system
money still ain't gonna be ran right. The system's still the same. Even if you take them away, the system as a whole is still the same.
That money's just gonna go to a different part that gets more money.
So maybe it's my glass half full type of perspective on it, where I'm hopeful that if let's say this does happen, that the money would get allocated more towards the schools to be able to fund more, pay the teachers better, set up stuff in the classrooms for us.
See, they would have to make.
Teachers been marching since you've been in elementary school. Well, we've been in elementary school. Teachers been marching and asking for fair pay. It's been 30 years. Shit ain't happening.
Listen,
our brother can. Somebody got to try to speak the positive energy into the world and hope and pray for the sun.
I got to see positivity happening from the government in order for me to believe that shit. The government is too busy trying to cover up too much shit right now. Allegedly, the whole Epstein's list of people is coming out either this week or next week, and all of a sudden, you mean to tell me all these UFOs are starting to randomly pop up during this time this shit's about to come out? There's been 4 trains derailed in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
just getting
I see
derailed.
seeing that. That's crazy. You
That
see the one in
shit's been
Ohio?
happening.
The chemical one?
And
That shit's what else? They talking about a Chinese spy balloon flew over. You mean to tell me, bro, you can't go in the air past a certain height without the government getting alerted.
Yeah.
You can't cross over a certain part of the ocean without the government getting alerted. You can't get past the Navy that's fucking sitting out there. So you mean to tell me this balloon just happened to fly over from China all the way to fucking Montana without getting seen?
And them niggas lost it?
Man, no.
Fuck out of here.
They're trying to distract us with something.
It's normal media. That's what the media is used for.
I seen this
the
chart.
distraction tool used.
I seen this chart basically saying like since 1906 to 2020, the amount of UFO sightings all over the world or whatever, and everywhere else, every other continent has like a few yellow dots in it. They seen them here, and then America's lit up like a fucking light bulb. I'm like, so you mean to tell me that when the aliens come here, they just fuck with America? Not even Mexico, not even Canada, but you mean to tell me they only fuck with America?
That's a valid point.
But I think America
some of that stuff is a little sketch.
America would be the one place they come to, because this is where you have everybody at.
No, our population is nowhere near.
China has over 1 billion people.
India.
Listen, when I say everybody, I mean culture-wise.
Yeah.
We have damn near every culture here.
Every culture's in every land, everywhere.
Yeah.
Not to the same
extent. America, that's literally where we bred it on. We're a gumbo pot.
That's everywhere. The only difference is if you go to a different country, it's one race more than the other. Just like if you come to America, it's more white people than it is every other race. But if you go to Africa, it's more black people than it is of every other race. You go to China, it's more Chinese than it is of every other race.
So you telling me in Japan,
bred it on having literally everybody coming together from different races and religions and stuff. That's literally what America's bred it on.
You telling me in Japan they got a whole bunch of Caribbean jerk places over there? That's what you're trying to preach to me right now?
I haven't been to Japan, but I would believe that. But Japan's an island, so they might have one or two. It's an island. It's not. That's what
I'm saying. In America, is more of abundance.
Yeah,
of different cultures together.
I would think Canada's like that. Mexico's like that. South America's like that.
America, though, man. That's what we know.
Those are neighboring America, though.
That's what we see.
This where everybody wants to come
literally
to.
What we know.
That's what America says. You go to other countries, you watch some of these interviews. A lot of people don't want to go to America because they hear all the bad shit. Like, bro,
I done
why
been
the
out
fuck?
the country and they be saying, we want to come over there.
Yeah, because
people who be like, man, we trying to get the fuck up out there and get over there with y'all.
Because our money is more than there, so they want to go there and make more money that way.
That's why nobody's here because they want to be here. Everybody here is because this is where the money is. This is where the most opportunity is. Yeah. That's the only reason people are here. I'm not saying they here because they just want to be around the American environment. Nobody really wants to be
America, good vibes.
in the American environment.
Yes.
But the amount of resources and opportunities that we have, people come here for that. Just specifically for that.
They come here for that because one, it's a lot easier. Canada's a lot more stricter, but Canada's currency is worth more than ours. And like, if you have a DUI here, you can't go into Canada. Canada's strict on their laws there, where America's a lot more lax. So that's why people want to come here. But
America wants your money.
But
they say you can get away with fucking murder practically as long as you pay us.
But Canada's more strict. Their currency is more. I think the UK's currency is more than ours. There's a lot of places that's currency that's more than ours, but they're a lot more stricter to get in, where people know America's easy to fucking walk in and it's easy to blend in.
And it's easier to get businesses started up here.
Yeah, because the government
will literally help you.
Yeah, the government will give you grants to start your business.
It's all money,
so
Rand.
why wouldn't you want to come to America?
I'm not saying that, but the original, what I'm saying is that everywhere in the world is a mixing pot. It's just a matter of just wherever you go, there's just going to be one more dominant race than the others.
I would just say, like, yeah, in other places they have a mixing pot. America is the mixing pot.
I don't believe that.
Other places they have mixed cultures America, and other stuff.
Everybody
like that.
Literally hopped on ships to come over here.
But America, Canada,
everybody.
Some of us didn't hop on. He was dragged.
I would say every modern society that's like America have the same mixing pot. Canada, the UK.
Where they get it from though? They got to pay homage to the OG.
You kind of right.
We got our currency. We got our living from the UK, but we put our slang on it.
Yeah. Our ghetto-ness is...
We put our hood on this, man.
Sorry, we said, let's try it.
This the land that everybody literally came to and set up shop. Yeah, everybody had a piece of here. France, Spain, motherfucking... A little bit of everybody.
They knew something about this place.
The whole North America is like that. I wouldn't say not more so Mexico, but
it ain't
Canada.
Like that really nowhere else though. Normally it's just
it's here. This. It's literally here, the UK and Canada. That's the most like that. Like all of like most of Europe.
But UK was just started with just Europeans.
I'm not talking about just, I'm not talking about just United Kingdom. I'm talking about Europe continent, America, North America, and Canada. Those are the ones that's.
America's at the top of the list, though. They may be on the list, but America's number one.
I say Europe.
Hell no.
Europe. I'm not saying we set the culture, and other places will take our culture, but the UK is number one. Then we're number two.
I disagree.
I need to see.
Would you say? Okay.
Question.
Would you say?
Ain't nobody from no other ethnicity trying to even. They ain't never having no black president, not a black president, black king or nothing over there. It's literally just one.
Because it's the royal family. You ain't really overthrowing the royal family unless another king come in and they set a war.
Yeah.
So, my question. I kind of lost my question. Fuck. Come back to me.
He's like, skip.
I'm just saying that's just what I believe. I believe it's that way. And we will. America's known for just taking other people's shit and putting our spin on it.
Yeah.
We took a bunch of shit from Europe and just put our spin on it.
Okay. And we literally welcome refugees. Anytime somebody get in the bind, where do they come to? America.
Or they try to. It depends. It depends
America
on what
literally bring y'all ass over here. Come on, y'all. We got some money to give y'all. To everybody who gets in the bind. To everybody who gets in the bind.
Name some. Are you talking about individually?
Yeah, like Ukraine. Motherfucking.
Well, Ukraine's part of NATO.
Well,
we're part of NATO. That's different.
And we don't like fuck.
From what I heard, this isn't me. This isn't like a verified source or anything. This is just me being on the internet down the rabbit hole here. I heard the reason why we started funding towards Ukraine is because one, if Russia, what I'm hearing, Russia's losing the war. But if Russia was to beat Ukraine and take over Ukraine, and then they go and start stepping foot in Poland, NATO has to step in and start doing it. Then Russia would then lose the war because fucking NATO's army would destroy them. And then that will start the whole nuclear war because that's all Russia will have left is the nukes. But then we start a whole nuclear war.
They still got China on their back.
Yeah, I was gonna say
they still had a conglomerate too.
Yeah, but
NATO may be a thing, but they still got a big conglomerate as well.
But China and Russia, yeah. But both of them together is not bigger than NATO. NATO would still win, but then it would start a whole nuke war.
Because I think they would get more people on their side. I think it's more... China and Russia are the ones that's standing up with their chest out saying, really, fuck y'all. But I think they still got other people who will back them.
I don't think so. Not over NATO.
Yes.
It's more people in NATO. Like, the amount of people that they can get wouldn't outdo NATO. NATO's fucking...
I would say...
I don't know if it's the amount of people you can get. It's the strategy about it, too.
Yeah, because I was going to say...
It's all about that strategy.
NATO got a lot of people, but the fact that we're even having a conversation about Russia and China alone being in the same ballpark says a lot about how much pull they just have by themselves.
I mean, they
just add a couple of people, my nigga.
They have a lot.
And you talking about the whole of NATO.
Their world power structure, China world power structure, they damn near they are in a position to take America out for the number one spot. They're in that position.
I would say that they probably are in there already. Yeah. Because
they sit in number two.
Most of the world,
just because they want to sit at number two right now.
Most of the world's
that's literally how it's working for them.
Most of the world's debt is owed to China,
and they buying up so much of Africa. They're literally all the money they getting, they just funneling into Africa.
That and
buying
and
up
the
a whole
islands.
bunch of land and everything, and that's
And the islands.
yeah, that's where all the resources is. If you control the world, the world's resources, you control the world.
Yeah.
But they doing what Christopher Columbus and them did to America when they came here. That's what China's doing, but in a massive scale. They go into like the islands and shit like that in the poor areas. And be like, okay, we'll build y'all schools, we'll build y'all roads, we'll build y'all hospitals, we'll build all this for y'all. But we'll send some of our people over here, but they're allowed to stay. Okay, cool. Deal, blah, blah, blah. They fund them all this money and they start building all these roads for them. They put these countries in so much debt, or these islands in so much debt, to where they can't afford to pay them back. So then China's like, okay, that's fine. You ain't got to pay us back, but we now own these roads, these hospitals, the docks that we just built for y'all, the grocery stores. We now own all that. So now China has control over all this. So yeah, we don't own the island technically because we're not the government officials, but everything y'all need to function, we own. And they doing that in all these other countries.
Basically, we own you niggas by proxy.
Yeah,
y'all niggas can't live without us.
Y'all still owe us this debt. And y'all never gonna be able to pay this debt off. Y'all not gonna be able to make enough because
interest stacking up, buddy.
China always forget about interest, motherfucker.
Interest stacking up, buddy.
Damn. China's smart, but then they also got to get their people. They got to push their people because they overpopulated over there. So that's another reason why they doing.
Hold on, what you think the interest rate got to be, bro?
Ridiculous.
But 1,500%.
But you got to think that's not all.
But this 15% on a
besides
couple
that
trillion,
too,
boy, that's not crazy.
America's in debt with them. A lot of countries are in debt with China.
Yeah,
China's smart. They are business fucking smart.
All we gonna do is print more money and just devalue the dollar even more.
Not even that, but here we are learning that Harriet Tubman sat down for the 12th straight year. We learned that not Harriet Tubman, but Rosa Parks didn't get up out her seat.
Yeah,
like they don't teach us anything.
Okay,
they're not supposed to, though. They're not really supposed to.
And I would say all this is alleged because we don't I ain't trying to get us canceled.
He's
saying these niggas on there speaking facts. This is alleged.
Yeah. Fuck them people.
Shit.
Hey, allegedly.
Clay said
allegedly. Fuck them.
I'm covering my ass because if we get hit with a cease and desist,
I bet, man, people say
I said fast forward to 37:25. You heard allegedly right there, nigga. Playing with me
because
I don't feel like they supposed to teach. They doing what they supposed to do.
That's the name of this episode, allegedly.
I mean, before this episode end, the one quick topic I came up with, we're gonna end on a much lighter note in a sense, other than this whole government talk.
We just been going.
I wanted to talk about theme songs or just songs in general that had y'all shook when y'all was a kid.
When you first brought this up, I had a couple circling through my head. The first one was the Michael Myers one. Like when I was younger and I heard that shit, I'm like, that shit is different. Like I don't care to this day. Like that shit still like it give me a little bit.
I fuck with that song.
But the one that I started thinking about the outro for Goosebumps. Like the TV show. Nigga.
That's a good one.
Goosebumps theme song never scared me. I used to fuck with it. I used to be dancing to that shit when I was a kid.
But you know some creepy
at
shit
night,
was
nigga,
coming up.
You watched the episode, you watched the scariest episode at night, nigga, and then that come on.
You know what song used to scare me at night? X-Files.
Oh, that's a good one. I didn't even think of that.
Bro, for some reason that shit used to scare the fuck out of me.
After watching The Simpsons, you be all happy as shit, and the next thing you know, it's like doo doo, or you're like, what the fuck?
I gotta play it just for people that don't fucking remember. X-Files theme song was fucking terrifying.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, what's some other shit?
I can't think of like a song that was scary.
Clay. I'll let Clay play it.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, music video. It was more of a music video for me. I used to stay up to watch it though. Thriller, when it first came out.
Really?
Thriller.
That's a good one.
Nah, Thriller was my shit.
Late at night, and that it's like one of the last videos that come on, and all the lights are off in the house, and it's just you up. After that shit cut off, and I turn the TV off, all you hear is feet hitting the ground, running to the room. And I was upstairs, so I had to go upstairs this dark ass hallway. You can't see shit. Yeah. So boy, as soon as I turned that TV, so I used to get next to the hallway, cut the TV off, drop the remote.
This nigga trying to outrun the darkness.
I'm like Muhammad Ali. I run the dark.
The laugh in that song, that shit was scary. Busta Rhymes music video, Give Me Some More. I gotta show y'all. I gotta show y'all that video.
You got the X-Files lined up.
This the X-Files song.
Terrifying. that shit creepy as hell.
Hold on, this be slapping. Hold on, this be slapping.
Yo, turn me up in the headphones.
With the whistle in the background.
Oh, wait.
Okay, spit a bar. Hey.
Podcast.
Hold on.
Hey, somebody put that on
Put a little bass in that. Throw that bass drop to come in there. Hit that little boom.
Put that on SoundCloud today.
That little whistle.
We
That whistle was cold little thing.
You ain't lying.
That little whistle
It didn't
was
sound
here.
like that. It didn't sound like that when I was.
Kid, no.
Yeah, hell no.
It
Especially
didn't
when it's
sound
dark
that
in the
dramatic
house
as a
and you
kid.
hear that.
Yeah, and that's the intro all dark and spooky.
All right, this is gonna be the last one before.
No.
And for all the people out
this is
there, let us know what song.
Busta Rhymes. Give me some more video. This shit used to scare me as a
He
kid.
helped me up and asked me if I bumped my head. I said, yeah. So then they said, oh, so that means you gonna switch it on them. I said, yeah, flip mode is the greatest. You know, and as a shorty, I was always told
What is going on?
that if I ain't gonna be part of the greatest,
This shit used to
I gotta
scare
be
me
the
as a
greatest
kid.
myself.
Oh my God.
Come on. Yeah, nigga, what a surprise. Give you something, make a nigga close both of your eyes. All my niggas getting money capitalized.
Yeah, you valid for that. That's terrifying.
This is like this was on the soundtrack for Monsters Under the Bed.
Me and my niggas be coming through,
Is that
stroking
the
you out,
name of
killing
that
no
Disney
face.
show? Movie, The Monsters Under the Bed. When
I
it's
don't
the
know.
little black guy who was the monster. He was a good guy, but then he was turning into the monster throughout the movie.
No,
Because the kid wasn't believing in him, his being his little fairy tale. Damn, what movie is that? It's a classic.
But
It's
that's,
a classic.
that's gonna have to do it for this week, y'all.
Great episode. We was all over.
If y'all don't know this, give me some more video. Go watch it, and y'all understand why this shit had me scared when I was a kid. This shit came out in like 1997, 1998, so I was young.
Nigga,
I remember
was
seeing.
scared. Just now.
Oh, I got the shit gets wilder in this video.
Oh, yeah, we got to play the rest of that.
But,
He wasn't
y'all,
a black guy. He was what?
y'all got any encouraging words for the listener?
Yes. Pray for MSU. Pray for
Oh, yeah.
like we got to stop this, like with these school shootings, and like I don't know what it is that's contributing to all this chaos and madness, but it needs to stop. Personal.
I would
Yeah.
think making guns less accessible. I'm not saying people can't have them, but it need to be more of a strenuous background check. And I think every couple years, like how you got to renew your license, you got to renew your gun license, get legit psychological tests done, and
It's just crazy that that's not even in a conversation. Like that just, there needs to be a conversation.
Like, yeah, you can have a gun.
I don't even think
Yeah,
that's going
like,
to stop the school shooting.
It's fine.
I think it would help a lot, though.
I don't think it will stop.
I mean, there's nothing you could do that's.
What do you
truly
have to
gonna stop
lose
it.
besides all the lives that you already lost?
And
That's
then
what
you-
I
But you got
feel.
to think about all the guns that's already in circulation out here.
Yeah,
That's
There's
true.
too many
Well,
guns
yeah.
in circulation to get your hands on. The black market going to just flood with guns.
That's true.
I mean,
You got to think where the biggest gun violence at is where the most strictest laws that are for guns. Chicago, a very strict gun law state. New York, a very strict gun law state.
but America's
California,
America's
a
the
very
only
strict gun
country
law state.
that's really having this type of gun problem. I mean, outside of Mexico,
Yeah.
America is really that. Like in the UK, it's so hard to get guns that they have a stabbing problem over there. Like
Yeah.
motherfuckers are stabbing
Oh,
people.
no. Yeah, you ain't got
Trying
to
to
worry
get rid
about
of
it.
knives, and niggas are using hammers.
Yeah, if you,
People going to use whatever,
but
bro.
in the UK, if you get caught with a gun, you damn near getting life.
Yeah. Shit's like that in some of these states.
But Alisha, Mondo, y'all got any encouraging words? Question everything.
That's a good one.
Don't take everything at face value. If question everything.
Eat your veggies. Some of y'all don't eat vegetables, and it's weird.
Emotional awareness does not look the same on everybody.
Talk that shit. Yeah. More snaps.
All right, y'all. Let's go do it. I'm Clayton.
I'm Jay Smooth.
Alicia A.
And Mondo.
Signing out.
Peace.